When it comes down to crypto infrastructure, I'm talking about investing in crypto infrastructure plays. There's three cryptos that come to mind. And on today's video, we're gonna dive into what they've been up to recently. All right, let's get started. First one up is Ondo Finance, the foundation of U.S. capital markets. 28 trillion in U.S. treasuries, 69 trillion in U.S. stocks, and 13 trillion in U.S. ETFs. Why is Ondo Finance bringing this up? They're bringing this up because they aim to tokenize the U.S. capital markets. So welcome to the open economy. At Ondo, we design institutional grade platforms, assets, and infrastructure to bring financial markets on chain. That's all you need to know. They are in the center of doing this, being backed also by BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, and many partners, okay? So one of their main products here is the USDY, which is a 4% earning treasury bond. Then they have the USOG, which is on different platforms like XRP. It's on platforms like Solana and Ethereum. And as I said, backed by BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, Wilmington Management, big institutions. And one of the newest things they have done was launch a platform, global markets, thousands of real world assets, one platform. Ondo Global Markets is a platform designed to bring traditional public securities on chain with APIs to build investment experiences that users love. The key here is not available in the United States where I'm at. Is that important? Maybe for the future, maybe not. But right now, that means everyone outside of the US gets access to this platform. In the U.S., we're about 4% of the population, the largest economy, but you still have China, you still have South Korea, you still have Japan, you still have South Africa, you still have Nigeria, you still have all of Europe, you have all of South America, you have a lot of the world that can then invest via tokenized assets into companies like Apple, Microsoft, MasterCard, Uber, PayPal, IBM, and the list goes on. That's why this is a powerful infrastructure platform. And Ondo recently made this post. 90 plus million wallets just got access to tokenized stocks and ETFs. Blockchain.com now supports Ondo Global Markets, bringing 100 plus tokenized stocks and ETFs to users worldwide. And that's what we got there. And this is an example at what it looks like inside of the blockchain.com global wallet. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Now, the next one, the next infrastructure play, it's a little bit more untraditional, but I think this is definitely down a lot of y'all's alley. This one is Ripple's XRP. Here's a recent story. Ripple breaks into corporate treasury with 1 billion G treasury acquisition. Ripple has been purchasing banks, all kind of treasury management institutions, all within this last 2 years. They are positioning themselves as the play for foreign exchange, the play for money transfers. So Ripple, the leading provider of digital asset infrastructure for the enterprise, today announced its $1 billion acquisition of G Treasury, the global leader in treasury management systems. This deal marks significant expansion for Ripple, immediately opening up the multi-trillion-dollar corporate treasury market and access to many of the largest and most successful corporate customers. G Treasury brings over 4 decades of experience supporting treasury operations for the world's most recognized brands. Here's a quote from Brad Garlinghouse. For too long, money has been stuck in slow, outdated payment systems and infrastructure, causing unnecessary delays, high costs, and roadblocks to entering new markets. problems that blockchain technologies are ideally suited to solve, said Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. Ripple's and G Treasury's capabilities together bring the best of both worlds, so Treasury and finance teams can finally put their trapped capital to work, process payments instantly, and open up new growth opportunities. Mad respect over there. And this next one, Ripple expands global custody footprint into Africa through new collaboration with Absa Bank. Now, this I think is going to be really important. Now they're tapping into a whole new continent, especially a continent that is coming up. Some of them are already up, like South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, a few others. But there's a lot more countries there, over 50, right? Ripple, the leading provider of digital asset infrastructure, right, announced their strategic partnership with Absa Bank to provide digital custody to banks' customers in South Africa. Through the partnership, Absa will leverage Ripple's institutional-grade digital asset custody technology to deliver scalable and secure storage for tokenized assets, including cryptocurrencies. If you're working with South Africa, that is the perfect country to get started with, and then work your way literally up through the continent if you're Ripple. Another great example of the infrastructure play that they have developed. Now, this third and final is Chainlink. Chainlink is in the center of most DeFi. Chainlink is involved with most of crypto. Here's one of the news stories that I think should be on y'all radar. Uranium Digital, a 24/7 uranium trading platform, is integrating Chainlink's proof of reserve to increase transparency of the tokenized uranium on its platform. Proof of reserve will ensure that the underlying uranium assets are independently verifiable and accessible on-chain at all times. So they're trading uranium, just like people trade crypto, people trade stocks, people trade futures, people trade Forex. Chainlink has been hired to help them prove to whoever wants to audit that they actually have the uranium that you're trading. That's infrastructure. Ondo Finance has expanded direct staking to Lena Build, a leading Ethereum layer 2 with over 1.9 billion in TVL, powered by the Chainlink interoperability standard. Okay. Via Chainlink CCIP, DeFi users can stake ETH and receive wrapped staked ETH directly on Lena via a single transaction. Again, infrastructure. They're allowing the people who are staking ETH to receive it on a totally different blockchain, which is a wrapped version, right? But also a staked wrapped version. It could be a little confusing. However, when you stake your Ethereum, you earn yield on it. But people want to take that staked Ethereum and move it around to other blockchains to go borrow against it, to go trade it, to do different things in different ecosystems. And Chainlink's right in the middle, allowing that to happen. And finally, to slowly start to close out, U.S. Senate Democrats assure crypto CEOs they're still willing to move legislation. Several top crypto executives met with senators to hash out next steps on moving forward with a bill that would regulate U.S. crypto markets. This is the bill that could change everything and reignite the bull run, give it new catalyst, right? This is the CEO and founder of Chainlink, Sergey. He's out there in Washington. They had a FinTech week. He was speaking with politicians. He's speaking with regulators. He's speaking with other institutions and educating them on what Chainlink's infrastructure is for and how to integrate it. This helps all of us out. And Chainlink is one of the platforms that is leading the way. Again, infrastructure is the key on today's video. And we talked about Ondo Finance leading the way with real-world assets, tokenized treasuries and securities, XRP creating institutional infrastructure at home and abroad, And then finally, Chainlink being right in the center of DeFi and crypto regulation. If you like what you've seen on today's video, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know which token you want to add to your portfolio. Until the next time, y'all. Peace.
Passive income, gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple.